Hi y'all, it's me. I'm here with a project share. It's actually a swap I'm in, hosted by Patty, who is Mommy and Me Crafts here on YouTube and everywhere. Uh, Hi Patty, if you're watching. Uh, she has a spring fling flower swap going on, and you are to create 12 handmade flowers in a pretty packaging times 3. And the challenge of it is it has to fit in a 9 by 12 padded envelope, and you can see this is not very big. It was a challenge for sure. I almost rather pay the extra postage. But anyhow, I made it work. Somehow I made it work. So I've had this done project for, gosh, it's been a week and a half, I guess. Today's April 3rd. Yeah, about a week and a half. My husband had gone away on a trip and came back sick, and of course decided to share it with me. So I was in bed with like 103 fever for about 3 or 4 days, and I'm still trying to recover. I'm not fully recovered, but I got to get this in the mail so I can just be done. You know what I mean? So without further ado, here is my project. And I think they came out super, super cute. It wasn't without challenge, that's for sure. And I'll tell you about it. So for those who don't know, this is a Scrap Diva die. It's called a loaded banner die, and it has a bazillion parts. It's something like that, and like I said, there's a lot of parts in there. Anyhow, the issue I had with this was that the box, which is the part that goes in between here, it's 2 inches deep up, I think, here, and that is way too big to fit 3 of them in a 9 by 12 envelope. So I had to cut them down to make them all shorter. That was the first challenge. The other challenge was I needed to make a window, and the window had to match the box that's inside so that it could show enough of the flowers that are inside the box. And unfortunately, no dies in here did it, and all of my rectangle dies were not the right. It was complicated. So anyhow, I managed to cut a window. Yay! And so when I did that, I was able to get all 3 of them in to the envelope. Yay! They can't be much fancier than this because it won't fit. I don't even know if I can fit the card in there yet. We'll see. Anyhow, let me kind of walk you through this. I use Maggie Holmes' Garden Party Digital Collection. I love that collection. It is my all-time favorite spring collection, and I've used it so much, I'm sure you all who have been with me have noticed. So I just had to. It was so pretty for this, and I wanted the flowers to show through the packaging. I didn't want them to be covered, so that's why I created the window. And I also don't know if we were supposed to make one colored flower, but I decided to make multiple kinds of flowers and multiple colors because I just think it looks so beautiful through that window. So up here we have some trim from Hobby Lobby. Sorry, let me catch my breath a second. Whew, okay. And I added some bling in the middle there. Around the window, I added some gold foil and some glitter paper to give it some accent there. This is a digital from the collection, and I kind of spread its wings up so it looked like it was in flight. This is a stamen from my collection, my stash, and so are these foam flowers. These pieces are digitals. I just layered the swan up a little bit, and I used some gold thread behind there just to give it something. That's this stuff here, in case you don't know, and it's from Hobby Lobby. And I had to find something to keep it closed, and so the holes that are on the side of the banner perfectly lent themselves to threading ribbon through and putting a closure there. So that worked out really well because I don't want them to open up in the mailing system. Over here, I got these things from Dollar Tree so long ago, I never knew what to do with them, but I think it looks really cute on here. So I went ahead and added that, and I made some shrinky dinks with the digital collection from Maggie Holmes. A nice way to extend your usage of your ephemera. And I have a video on shrinky dinks, and I'll link that down below if you're interested. It's really easy to do and a lot of fun because you can create so many different things with them. So I put that there. As you can see, I did a lot of stitching everywhere. I stitched everything, panels inside the box, outside the box, all around the box. And I also stuck a label on the back. That was another requirement. It had to have our handle, and I just put the Fling swap on the back and whatever, so that my requirements are met. As I said, I think the flowers look so pretty in the window. So I have one open here already. I wanted to show you how it looks without the flowers, because even that looks pretty, and they can actually use it just like that. So use the flowers, ladies. Don't hoard them. And you can still display this. It still will look pretty. And as you can tell, I don't know if you could tell, but there's a lot of stitching all going on in there too. So anyhow, I just think it's super pretty, and I was really happy with the way it turned out. Now for my flowers, I'm going to start with this die right here. This die came from Temu. It's one of my favorite flower dies. I have a video on just this alone, and if I remember, I'll link it below. And what I loved about this was that it was three flat dies, leaves, and a rolled flower. And you ask, rolled flower? Weird. Well, it makes the most beautiful little roses, and well, little or big, depending on which route you go with it. And I just had to include a couple of them in here. What I loved about it is how low profile it is once it's made. I mean, it's just the height of the center here, which is not much at all. And I think they came out lovely. You can make smaller ones just by using these two instead of these two or all three. So yeah, just if you get it, play with it and have fun. I used this Cosmic Shimmer in the color, what is this? Frosty Sparkle, to brush on the leaves, because I think it just adds that something extra. And I just really love the way it turned out. I think they're very pretty flowers. So I added a couple of those in. And for the rest of my flowers, and I've got several varieties here, but there's a thing, and the thing is, I actually only used one die set for all of these flowers. There's one die set to make all of these flowers. And it's this one from Scrap Diva. And this didn't have a name, and I believe, though, it's the rose petal die. And Carol, I can't remember her screen name here. Sorry, Carol, if you're watching. She has a video, and she showed 6 different ways to make flowers with this die, and this is some of them. So have a look at her video. I'll link it down below for you as well. So I'm going to start off with this one first. This is just a small little flower. I did it on white paper, and then I used this tumbled glass ink to ink the center of the paper, and that's how I got that look, and added a little stamen in the middle to that one. The next one I did was this one here, which is so pretty. It's using sponge sugar on white paper, and then I added gold dingle balls in the middle, and I have an Anna Griffin punch that does these leaves, so I just added a couple of those, and I think that's such a beautiful flower. This one, look how different this one looks, and yet it's the same one, again on white paper, and this time I inked it with scattered straw. And then made the flower. I have a leaf punch, so I just put it there, and I think that came out lovely. These were made, again, same die, but this time I used solid cardstock to create those, and I think they're just lovely. And I used a gold Maggie Holmes leaf trim to put leaves in the background. And this one's unusual. Not many people make gold flowers, at least that I've seen. And I thought I wanted gold flowers, so I was going to an event a week or so ago, 50th wedding anniversary, and I had to wrap the present, and this was the gift wrap paper. And it's very beautiful, and it was pretty sturdy, and I thought, oh, I wonder how flowers would look in that, and I gave it a go, and I really loved it. And this is the flower that I created, and I think they're so sparkly and so lovely. I used a gold stamen in the center, and then a bling in the center of that. And for those, before I go on, were these. I got them from someone on Instagram. I can't remember who. They're really dark color, and they came with these bling, which are really beautiful bling, by the way. Anyway, the color was not for me, but you know me, I love my spray paint, so I took them outside, and I sprayed a bunch of them. I did gold ones, mint, white, pink, and I think they're lovely, and they match any kind of flowers that you have. So don't get discouraged by a color, just bring out the spray paint. And anyhow, so that is the flowers, and I made 4 of those because I just think they're unique and pretty. And like I said, I don't think many people do gold flowers, and I think with Maggie's stuff, it's just gorgeous, and I'm sure people will find a way to use them. And I really do love the box the way it turned out. I think it's good. I hope they get there in one piece. I hope. And anyway, I'm going to go and get some rest. I'm still not quite recovered, and I'm kind of short of breath here. But thank you so much for watching. I hope my partners love their flowers and their project that I made for them. And until next time, do what makes you happy. Bye for now.